Hey everybody, it's Mr. McGowan here. In this video, we're going to be going over the Week 7 Intervals assignment. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. This brings us up to the page. So now, practice lesson is going to go over what a chord is. Okay, a chord is a combination of 3 or more notes. It's built off of the root of the chord. So the root of the chord is the lowest note in the chord. So when a chord is stacked up with 3 notes like this, the lowest note would be the root or the name of the chord, and then it's the 3rd note of the scale and the 5th note of the scale. A lot of us will recognize this as the arpeggio. 1st, 3rd, 5th, and usually the arpeggio we play the high root as well. Okay, but for these chords, they're only going to be built off of 3 notes. We call this most simplified form of a chord a triad. Okay, a major triad or major chord is built with a major 3rd and a major 5th from the root. So this is a major 3rd, and that's a major 5th or a perfect 5th. We can see those notes on the keyboard. The major triad is C, E, G. We can do the same thing on any chord and get a major sounding chord. If you're using a major 3rd and a perfect 5th. Okay, we can also, if we skip ahead, which I'm doing so now, they're just building different major chords off of each note. If I skip ahead, we can also have what we call minor triads or minor chords. So a minor triad is built up off of a minor 3rd and a perfect 5th. So the only thing that changes is the 3rd note goes down by 1 note. We call that flatting the 3rd note. So the 3rd note is being shifted down by a half step or a semitone. Okay, so in the major chord we had C, E, G, and that was major sounding or happy sounding. To switch it to minor, all we have to do is shift that middle note and change it to an E flat. Okay, so that means you have 1, 2, 3 semitones, and then you still have that same exact perfect 5th that you had before. All right, so that's kind of the basis of chords. So in this assignment, I'm going to exit out of that. You're going to click on your prospective clef. So most of you will pick on treble. Some of you will pick on bass. I'll go ahead and do treble for this. You will have a chord, and they simply are wanting you to recognize, is it minor or major? I am going to go ahead and post this graphic alongside this video and to help you with this assignment. And this graphic is really the key to your success. If you can find that first note and what that is, remember that first note is called the root of the chord, it will tell you exactly what you need to know. Okay, so I'm trying to find a good place to put this. Let's put it over here. All right, so that lowest note is a low D, because remember that first line is an E, 1 note before or 1 note lower than E would be D. So we find D right here. Okay, so we have D minor and D major. It gives you the notes that are in both of those keys. So D major has D, F sharp, A. D minor has D, F, A. So if you look right here, and you look at that 3rd note, if it were to have a sharp on it, that would tell us, oh, this is major. But it does not have a sharp on it. It is just D, F, A. So we would click minor triad. Let's see here. Let's see if I can have this graphic. Boom. All right, sweet. Okay, so we're trying to label this chord, and we're looking at this lowest note, which is the root. Every good boy does fine. So that's an F. So I'm looking for F on this chart. Not F sharp, but F. Here's F. So the major is F, A, C. Minor is F, A flat, C. They're using this B as a flat sign because there's no flat sign on the keyboard. So F, A flat, C. You'll notice pretty clearly we have a flat right here. F, A flat, C. If there was no flat here, it would be major, but there is a flat, so we are going to label that minor again. You have to do that 50 times, guys, so we're looking, okay, what's this first note? That's a C. We have two options, C, E, G or C, E flat G. Obviously it's C, E, G, so we're going to label it major. That's all it is, guys. So you do 50 of them and you send me the code and you should be good to go. I hope this video helps you guys out.